Here we go. Boom. There it is. That's what we're going to be talking about today. .NET Interactive. What is it? Fantastic question. I'm glad you asked. .NET Interactive is essentially the .NET kernel for Jupyter Notebooks. If you are familiar with the concept, and if you're not, that's what we're gonna be doing today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Jupyter Notebooks are these like files. It's a tool for kind of mixing in documentation with executable code all into one file. So I'll throw this link in the chat in case you want to see it. But I also recently tweeted about it. So if you go find me on Twitter, you'll find it. So let me just go ahead and I'll do that. But yes, it's also on Twitter. And so what we're gonna start with is looking at the fastest way to get started with any Jupyter notebook. And the easiest way to do that is by using this tool called My Binder. So I'm pretty sure this blog post calls it out. Let's see. So this is some stuff. If not, we'll just go to the repo. Interesting. Oh no, that's something else. Blah, 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 blah. This actually is really nice because it'll show you how to get it, which is great. There's the new language support for Powershell. That's what makes this so exciting for my team. And this thing called Interact, and I could show that off a little bit today. But here we go. Yeah, so down at the bottom, there's some resources. And the number one thing that I think anybody should do as their first usage of notebooks is to try this out using this link here. And essentially, you just click on this here. And what this is going to do is behind the scenes, it's going to spin up a Docker container somewhere in the world, and it's going to give you a complete Jupyter Notebook sandbox experience that you can use and fiddle around with, and it's 100% free, which is really cool. So you can go ahead and get started with this today, and you didn't have to even install anything on your machine. So this is what you get when My Binder gives you a container. And you see that we've got the 3 different languages within .NET Interactive. You've got C#, F#, and PowerShell. And I'm pretty sure that Jupyter supplies a built-in Python one, so you get that, which is cool. But, what is this? Oh, Visual Studio is hosting me. That's great. That's really cool. I feel like maybe the last time Visual Studio hosted me was when Scott Hanselman came on my show, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for hosting me, Visual Studio. Anyway, so sorry, I missed all these chat messages. Jeez. Okay, hey everybody. Hey Shane. Hey Jeremy. Shane, yes, PowerShell notebooks, and again, Visual Studio. Thanks for hosting. So, get rid of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and mess around with one of the PowerShell examples, and we'll kind of see like what this looks like. So these folders, all the files that you see on the left here, they exist within the container that is allocated for us to mess around with. So I'll go into PowerShell and we'll go into Docs. We see that I have a for each object parallel notebook here. And one thing I want to check before we go any further is that we have the most up-to-date version of the notebook. So I'll run this special, like, they call them magic commands. It's basically anything that's prefixed with the pound exclamation mark or hashtag exclamation mark if you're hip. And we can run that and we get this, and I'm pretty sure this is the right version. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. One way to find out. Let's try running it. So here, see here, it's just a basic like for each object. And so like as you can see, I just like executed this and got output. But there's also like a whole bunch of documentation here as well. And this is what like interacting with a notebook looks like. So at each one of these code blocks, and you can tell because I've got the little caret on the side and also their code. I can like play these, or I can hit Shift Enter, which will run it, and we'll see the output getting spit out from that cell, as they're called, getting run. So we see that there, and I can run it again if I'd like, and it'll do its thing, right? So we can like go down and run this one. We'll just run all of them. So that'll run, it'll be 5 seconds. We'll run this one. It's going to be 1 second because this uses PowerShell's new for each parallel example or feature. And then we can run this one, which I think I'm only going to be able to run it once without GitHub rate limiting me. But let's see if it works. Awesome. Cool. So that took 6 seconds. And I think we can see what our result is here. And yeah. Oh, did I? Oh, I the code's a little messed up here. I meant to do add content. Whoops. Well, that's okay. The point being is that we just ran this, and also this sort didn't really work either. That's sad. Well, that's okay. We can change these samples for sure. Oh, but that's kind of a nice little view when you open up a CSV in this in Jupyter Lab. That's kind of nice. Anyway, so you get the idea. It's mixing this like documentation with executable code. But you might be wondering, like, okay, but like, how does this text get here, right? So if I just like double click on this, then I see the like actual markdown behind that text that we just saw, and I can Shift Enter that, and it'll render like markdown. So I can add like, you know, whatever here, and then that will get rendered. Let's put that back. I probably won't be able to run this again without getting rate limited, but I'm curious to know why this doesn't work. Well, this is a perfect example of like, let's go ahead and figure out what the problem is here and why it's not working. So we converted from a CSV But why isn't the sort object working? Do we need to wrap it like this? No. Strange. Maybe we should set a variable and then do it like this. No. This is the right property. Why won't that sort? Let's see. Oh. Interesting. No, it's not a string. It should be a PS object. But let's see. Yeah, it's an object array, and each one is a PS custom object. And if I do stargazer count, I just get 23. What does that mean? Okay, yeah, no, that's correct. Interesting. Wonder why that's not working. There is support for tab completion, so I can hit sort here, hit tab, and it will do the thing. What am I doing wrong here? Stargazer count. Full name, maybe? These are sorted. Oh, you mean the stargazer count is an int. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You, sir, are probably correct. Sorry, I thought you meant the whole thing was a string. Wait, what? That's weird. Am I going crazy here? Oh, well, yeah, true, of course. Duh. Sorry, I was just blindly copying you there. Here we go. Now we're talking descending. Okay, great. Now we're talking. Well, this is a perfect time to update that documentation. Right, so, I mean, you get the idea, right? It's like, I think this is gonna throw, but let's try it. Nice, it actually did work. Okay. There we go. Oh boy, that's a lot of output. Full name, stargazer count. Interesting. But hey, look at that. PowerShell. TypeScript, CoreFX, PowerShell. 1, 2, 3. How cool is that? That's so good. Not bad, not bad. So I think this is here because of the headers, right? I shouldn't have done it like this. Well, this is perfect for this. That's weird. Why did I? Not really sure why I did it that way, but Yeah, we have to fix this up because this is wrong. I like doing this where we go into a cell here and we do get help examples. Boom. None. Oh yeah, because update help. Let's see if this is gonna work. You see progress going there. It's still in early days, but I think that's so. I don't know if that's okay. The help contents file cannot be found here. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Might have to investigate that. All right. Well, I think that might be a bug that we'll have to look into. Very interesting. Yeah, because that's not going to give us anything good. So, there's no way to specify, what am I looking for? I want to see all the CSV commandlets. Export. Why did I not use export CSV? Jeremy, no, that works. Outgoing requests do work because in this example I was hitting GitHub's API. Anyway, this example is horrible. I did it really quickly last night, and I guess I don't know what I was thinking. But just so you know where these live, if you go to the .NET Interactive GitHub repo and you go down to notebook examples, there's those 3 folders that we see here in Jupyter Lab. And if you update these, those get updated here. And so, like, if I wanted to, change this, let me go ahead and get rid of this. So delete this, delete that, delete that, delete that, delete that. Now for this, we're gonna wanna clear all output. Clear all outputs. Yeah, cool. Just want to clear all the outputs like this. And then we can save it. And then if I do file, I can download it somehow. Like this. Download. Yeah, I could download it. And so from here, here's like the fascinating thing about these. If I were to open this up in VS Code, this is what it looks like. It's just a bunch of JSON. That's all it is. Which means that you can go here, you can export it, and then I could take this file, open up my my fork of .NET Interactive, to do here? Oh, whoops. Gotta go up a directory. Okay. My clone of .NET Interactive, or my fork rather. Go into those notebook examples, PowerShell, and then I just have to, all I gotta do is take this and bring it over here. And then save that, and then look at my diff here. And we can see the changes that I made. And that's it. That's pretty cool, right? Which means that like these notebooks, they can be checked into a Git repository or whatever source control system that you use. And they're docs and they're executable code. So you can toss out the OneNote that you have that has a bunch of like scripts that have been like out of date for the past like 20 years, like not 20 years, but you know what I mean, that have been out of date forever with like a section next to them that says new steps. Because I've done that. I've been there before. I had, like, my old team had a OneNote, and there were some steps that didn't work anymore. And then next to those steps were the new steps that did work. And I would just be like, well, why didn't we get rid of the old steps if the old steps don't work? And people are like too afraid to get rid of those old steps in the event that they ever become of use again. And that's the downside with like having documentation with like code inside of OneNote, is that it's not very good to use source control or whatever their like somewhat dodgy source control version is. And also, you can't actually execute the code inside of the notebook. Yes, Galout. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Executable documentation. That's what Jupyter Notebooks are all about. And that's what I'm showing today. Sean, yeah, you should be able to. Let's double check. In fact, one of the scenarios here is we'll do blah like that. We'll then run that, and then we'll do ASDF. Actually, AS tab. ASDF shows up in tab completion, and if I run it, I get the value. So that works. It just works, TM. Okay. Let's go over to that Azure example that we have in here. So under samples, we've got this one. Working with Azure PowerShell. And so, let's see. So we'll run this to install the az.compute module. There it goes. It's completed. Now this is cool. I'm going to connect to my Azure account using device login, and I'm going to do it over on my other screen. And I'm already, my context is my like dummy subscription that just has a bunch of junk in it, so not too worried. It's actually called Thanks Microsoft because Microsoft gave it to me, and so it's only fair that I thank them. So now I've like connected to Azure, And so I can get all of my VMs here. And there they are in the flesh. There's a little bit of stuff that's cut off, but overall not too bad. Yeah, so there are all my VMs, mostly Linux. Some VMs that I'm for like my book that I've been using, and like all of it works, right? It's like I've connected to Azure in this random container, and we're just like, we're set. So like I can make a new resource group. Oh, you know what? I need the other. Oh, I meant to add that. I should have added az.resources to this. Okay, there we go. So that should be done executing, and it is. So now, if we do this, it'll work. The command prompts the user failed because. Oh, I see. Okay, so that resource already exists. So hang on, we'll do Twitch stream. There we go. And survey says possibly, maybe. There it is. Cool. And we've just created a resource group in Azure. But let's not stop there. I want to make a key vault. So let's do Azure Key Vault. A few AZ modules to use this notebook. Do you see like how I'm just like constantly iterating on this notebook, and it's just like there's just so much power here. So I've made a resource group. I'll go ahead and make a new key vault. I forget what the mandatory parameters of this are. Twitch vault. I want to say it's location, location, location. Watch this tab. It's gonna work. Oh my goodness, so good. Boom. Resource group. Is that gonna work? Oh, incredible. Absolutely incredible. I think it's just these three. Let's see. And while that's running, oh, I've minimized it. Okay. No, I don't want to do that. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. Okay, while it's doing that, we're gonna make this Markdown, and what is this one? This is 2. Create a key vault. Create a key vault. Or create a key vault in Azure. Sure. We will use this to store the password to our VM. I don't know. I'm just kind of riffing here. If there's anything in particular that you want to see, let me know and I'll like play around with it. Also, it's also just like really easy to do this yourself. So by all means, so it looks like this worked, which is great, 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 great. So here's what we'll do. What would be a good way? What would be like, I don't know. We don't have to be super like secure with this. So let's just get a bunch of random text. There's like system.io.path get random. Oh, that's tab completion's a little funky there. This works, yeah. Yeah, that's got a nice mix of things in there. Let's do that. So this will be our, I don't know, secret. And we're going to convert to secure string, secure string, as plain text. Do we still need the force? No, you don't need the force anymore. In 7, we removed the dependency on, or the required dash force parameter. So that's nice. Sean, can you do this work from within VS Code, or is it not supported yet? So the Python extension for VS Code offers some sort of notebook experience. I've not tried it myself, but I don't see why that wouldn't work. But I've never given it a shot. It's kind of silly that the Python extension is dependent, or is the like thing that has the notebook experience. It makes sense, but it's just like notebooks are so generic that like for it to just be in Python is kind of weird. They might be working on like some native notebook experience or something like that, but I don't think that's here. Or I have no idea if they're working on it or not. So, but Azure Data Studio, on the other hand, I believe they had some like small bug with .NET Interactive specifically, but I believe they're working on that. So, hopefully, we will see some progress there. Key vault secret. Oh, maybe it's set. Oops. AZ key vault secret. All right. So you probably want a vault name. Twitch vault. And then we want the secret value, which will be secret. And the name of the secret, we'll call VM, I don't know, VM password. Sure. That's fine for now. Defaults, blah, 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 la, 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 lot of stuff. Okay, this should work. Excellent. Excellent. Cool, cool, cool. So, okay, so now the next thing is, I know that this is gonna need. It's got username, but it doesn't have. Interesting. Oh, what is this? Thanks, Marcus. Let me hit thank. Nice. Oh, it's so adorable. That little emote that you gave me. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it, Marcus. All the money that I get from this stream goes to charity. Girls Who Code is the charity that I sponsor, and so yeah, that's the spiel that I say. It's an awesome organization. They actually ran an ad during the Super Bowl, which was like pretty exciting to see. Specifically, like Girls Who Code, very like. I don't know. It's obviously big in our community, in the tech community, but to see it like being in a commercial during the Super Bowl, which attracts people all over the world and just different disciplines, that's really cool to kind of like grow that awareness. So I was excited to see that. Anyway, so we need to create a credential in PowerShell from a secure string, which I'm sure someone on the stream has definitely done before. And I know I've done it before. Okay. All right, that's easy to remember. Okie dokie. Oh yeah, you have a snippet? That's awesome. Okay. Oh my gosh. So good. That tab completion. Actually, that was a little wonky. New? Okay, I think that's Jupyter Labs' fault. But that's not bad. Okay, username Azure user, I guess, and then our secret. Cred. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. Creating a new Azure VM. 1, 2. Okay. And so we'll do generate a secret that will be used for the password. You should note, you should switch this to key-based authentication or something else in the future. But this is fine for the purposes of this demo. Okay. Store the secret in Key Vault for future usage. generate 1, 2, 3. Generate a PS credential, a credential object for the new AZ VM. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Jeez. Command. Gosh, the documentation is just so nice. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Create our VM. New AZ VM. I know we need to do image. Oh my gosh, it's just so good. We'll do Ubuntu LTS. We'll do credential, cred. We'll do resource group name will be the same as our key vault, which was get VMs in Azure. Twitch stream. We should figure out a way to like put that up at the top so people can like. There'll basically be like a section that's just like important properties, and then those will just get used like throughout the notebook or something like that. Location. We'll keep it in East US, even though I'm in West US. Oh yeah, also a name. Twitch VM seems appropriate. All right, Splat. We've overgrown our cell here. Ubuntu LTS credential cred resource group name Twitch stream location East US name Twitch VM. Typing is hard, everybody. I just want you all to know that. Splat. I think that's it. I think that's all we need to do. Should we try? I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit concerned. But I think that's it. Wait, isn't there like a size that I can add? Because I don't need like... Wow, max price, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, well, this is all we really need. We'll just run it. Oh, did I not run this? There we go. Haha, that's so good. I like the progress. Yeah, you don't need the VNet or subnet stuff. I was just looking for the where I specify what like how large the VM is, because I don't really want an expensive VM because I'm not really going to use it, but All right. What should we do in the meantime? Breathe. Breathe in and out. It's so warm in here. I've got this sweater on, and like, you know, my sleeves are rolled up because I've got like lights on me. I shouldn't have worn the sweater. It's not worth taking it off now. I didn't realize that there was like progress here. It's pretty good. Okay. It finished, and it looks like we have a succeeded VM. So let's verify. Name. Watch this. Oh my gosh, this is just so good. Boom. There it is. And if we check the status, hiya, there it is. The status says running. There it is, power state. This is a little funky, I will admit, but I think there's something that we can do to make that better. All right, so let's clean up this doc. So we installed the modules, clear outputs. That's good. We connected. If your account contains more than one active subscription, I didn't need to do that. So you can get all your VMs in Azure using getAZVM. Clear output. Right. This will be right. Create a resource group with a new AZ resource group command. And let's put this all in one line. Get rid of these. Clear out that output. We will use this to store the password to our VM. Resource group name is there as well. So let's go ahead and clear that. For future use. Yeah. What is this? 2? Okay. Secret. Store the secret. Generate a credential. And create our VM. Add another cell, and we'll say something like, at this point, you should be able to run get AZVM, and your VM should show up. It'd be really cool if you know, the full demo of this was like, all right, here's how you get PowerShell on that VM. Here's how you set up SSH on that VM. with PowerShell and then like invoking a command on that machine. There's so many things that we could do, but I think this is a decent start. Okay, prereqs. I think we can probably just delete this. Let's delete that. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Here, we'll do this. At this point, we will 1, 2, 3 set up common variables. These variables are used throughout the notebook. So store them, or so set them at the top so they can be used everywhere. Cool. Add code. Resource group name equals, what should we call it? Jupyter test. Where else? Location. East US 2. Vault. We can do like used all over, single instances, and then do vault name Jupyter Vault Twitch Vault. Oh, I guess it's not. That's fine. Resource names. Source names. Vault name. VM name. Jupyter VM. No, that's not a good Jupyter. Not Jupyter Vault or Jupyter VM. My that. Okay, and then single instances. Username. VM user name. Okay. As your user. So the VM, the location, the resource group, credential gets generated, and the VM image. VM image. Ubuntu LTS. Okay, that should be all of them. Okay, so resource group name. to resource group name. That's that. Location, 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 as they say. Where did that originate? Where did that saying originate? Location, location, location. Vault name. My VM name. Do VM username. Yeah, it's used by realtors. But I guess I thought that it came from like a movie or something. Like it was made famous by a movie. Hello, Tara. How are you? How's it going? God, it sounded kind of weird when I said that. I don't know why. Anyway, so I've ran this one. If you want this also means that all you have to do is change the values here and the notebook will just work. So long as the values are correct. Okay, so I've run this. Let's make a new resource group. Succeeded. New key vault. That's my first live stream that I'm watching in Twitch. Well, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. What brings you to my stream? Which reminds me, I should move over to science and technology now. Thank you for that. There we go. My AZ Vault, Jupyter Test, East US 2. Let's keep it going, shall we? Oops, I accidentally played it again. But it's good that it knows that it already existed. So let's get our secret that we're going to set in Key Vault, and boom, set, we'll generate a credential from that secret. And now let's create our VM. And now we sit back and relax as the thing spins. Oh, gosh, love a good stretch. That's good stuff. Search for developers and I find your stream. Actually, I like it. Well, I'm so glad that you do. Yeah, I just I really do enjoy streaming. It's a lot of fun for me to like talk with everybody in the chat, and I like to believe that some people find it helpful in some ways, and also like all the money that I make from the stream goes to charity, so you know, like I'm happy to do that as well. So yeah, that's my spiel. If you have any questions for me or for anything that I do, let me know. We're using this tool called Jupyter Notebooks, which is a phenomenal tool for mixing code and documentation into a single file, and that's what we're seeing here. In my case, I'm using some PowerShell, but in theory, you can do just about anything. So it looks like my VM was created. So then let's run this last one to see if it shows up. And there it is, my AZVM. Cool. So this notebook is excellent. It's working very nicely. All right, so here's what we can do, right? Now I can right click on this and click download. And I've now downloaded the file. So now I can go over here. Into the notebooks examples, PowerShell. This is a sample, and I will just boom, replace. And then for the other one we need to fix. We have to fix this. This is really bad. I can't believe this is not an int. I guess it's invoke REST method's fault, or the GitHub API's fault. But let's see here, because I should be able to run this. Hey B Warren, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. So glad you can make it. Here's what I'm gonna do. For now, I'm gonna put this here for a sec. And then I'm gonna just run this once. Just in a regular console here. So page 1, org PowerShell, and we'll just do that for now. Okay, so this. What do we get? We get this. Okay. Okay. So that converts it to a CSV. So basically what we want to do here, we're gonna make a new item. Oh no, what happened here? Okay, there we go. Okay. And basically, so here's our problem, right? On the first run of this, we want to include this. But for the subsequent runs, we don't. So that's why I was thinking, like, you know, if we created a new item here, then that would be fine. No clobber, huh? No clobber, no overwrite. foo.csv. Okay. Already exists. Append. Interesting. Interesting. Did that work? PS readline's there. PS readline is again there. Okay. Okay. So we should have used export CSV, no overwrite, which is probably redundant. PS readline and Powershell RFC archive, PS readline there as well. Okay. 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 That's what we should have done the whole time. It's fine. We're good. We don't need to do this. We just need to do this. Okay. That seems good. Is there any magic here? Include type information. Well, it probably won't work because it already exists, but what if we did, like, we select those and then we do this is fine. Should we try to run it? I feel like it's not going to work, but I'm going to try it. Aw. Okay, well, I only hit the rate limiting once. I still got a file with enough data to get me started here. There we go. That's good. That's good. Good, 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 good. Oops. Select object first 20. Something's not right. Oh. Haha. Okay. There we go. What happened to PowerShell? Oh, maybe it was in this batch that failed. I was gonna say, because PowerShell has 17.4 thousand stars. So yeah, it would be after CoreFX. Anywho, this will work now, as we've seen. So now we can send these PRs again. Get to delete this. Cool, cool, cool. And we'll do that same thing where we download this. Just do it this way. And do I still have that other directory open? I do. And we will drop that in there. Replace. Cool. So then if we go over here, we should see we don't want any of these. Get rid of these. Get rid of all the DS stores. And we see the diff for this is just like a little bit of code, and that's it. So stash these. Go to master. Apply that. What? What are these merge conflicts all about? Oh, I know why. We need to pull first. There we go. Now we're looking pretty. Yes. Awesome. All right. And all of this. Oh, look, it's so good. Look at how much JSON we added. So, a new branch. Improved fixed up examples. the Azure PowerShell example much more feature rich and also cleans up the for each parallel a bit more. Cool. So, interact. I should probably show this off while we have it here. So, I was looking at what this thing was because she'd Maria here had mentioned .NET Interactive would interact. So I looked at what interact was, and it looks like they've got a bunch of different things here. How does this work though? Is there going to be something that plays here, or what is this? And does something happen? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Any case, I don't know. So there's like a desktop app, right? And it's basically like that notebook experience, but in a desktop app. So I downloaded it. I installed it with Brew on macOS, and they have other platforms as well, of course. And so I was like, all right, let's give it a shot, I guess. Let's go to we'll go to the notebook examples folder, and then I'll do interact. This time we'll do this. We'll do one of the C# ones. Docs, displaying output. Okay. So I open it up this way. I get this, and so then I get this little this is what I get, right? You notice it's like got the carrots there, just as you would expect. And so I believe once I like hit play here, it's gonna, you see at the bottom here, it's launched, it's busy, and then it should happen. There it is. So, right, like this is it, right? So pretty cool. A desktop app. And as long as you like follow the right steps that were listed here, do this and then this. Ooh, we have to get them to change that. I'll have to mention that to them. So they got a whole bunch of stuff in here, but what's gonna happen? Did it finish running? I guess so. All right. Well, anyway, so yeah, so like let me go ahead and run a PowerShell cell within here. Or I'll just do GCI. We can be lazy. Shift enter on that, and then boom, PowerShell output, just like that, right in the middle of your C# notebook. It's pretty cool. So, you know, if you need to like make a quick web request or something, to like, gosh, I don't know. I was using the GitHub API before. So you go here. Oh, what is this? Can I just like, I don't know what this is, but I want to hit it. Please work. Oh. Either it's a very large request or it's hung. I'm not sure which one it is at the moment. It's still running. Amazing. I didn't realize that you could get the pings for all of these. The PNGs for all of these. That's so cool. Oh yeah, there they are. Nice. That's so good. Yeah, so like this is the output of that right within a C# notebook. I think it would be really cool to be able to like share state between the languages. I mean, technically it's already possible because they are in the same process. But I haven't seen any good like solid scenarios for that just yet. But anywho. So that's like a really cool mix of C# and PowerShell in a single notebook using this N-track thing. Yeah, it's pretty neat, I have to admit. So like the thing I was trying to do was get it working with Azure Data Studio. Let's see if it works. I don't think it's gonna work, but we can try. See how it goes. Notebooks. File, new notebook. Kernel. So this is the PowerShell kernel that ships within notebooks. Don't want a SQL kernel. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this just yet. So all right, B. Warren, let me explain. Okay. So, Jupyter, Project Jupyter. So Jupyter Notebooks came out of this thing called Project Jupyter, and it was mostly focused on data visualization. So Jupyter is actually the combination of the programming language Julia, programming language Python, and one other one. Where is it? It's not Rust, is it? No, it can't be Rust. Maybe it's in their Wikipedia page. R, of course. R, the language. Anyway, the idea was that you would see something like this. You'd be filling out equations and plotting data points onto graphs and stuff like this. This was like the first use case of this. And people were really happy with this experience, so much that like every language kind of wanted to be involved in this, because it does a fantastic job of mixing documentation with code, executable code in one file. And so that's where like .NET has wanted to like have a C# kernel in an a C# way in an F# one, and then like that way you can run those languages as well. And we've actually seen a bunch of people in the PowerShell community who have also been heavily interested in this space. There were like several folks. There's been Jupyter, PowerShell. So these are community members who have like created their own versions of what we did with the .NET team. And so the main Joel J. Cole actually did one as well. But anyway, so to answer your question, the main usage that we think will be very important for PowerShell. We see a few different areas. Now, the Azure Data Studio team, what we were looking at here, where did it go? It's gone. Maybe I closed it. The Azure Data Studio team, you know what? We're going to switch to this. You don't need to be looking at my screen right now. There we go. So the Azure Data Studio team, they already have PowerShell support using that first one that I showed by Vors. And they've seen a bunch of awesome usages, and I think their primary target has been with like data professionals, so like DBAs or like BI experts, these kinds of folks, to use notebooks as a way to like run certain tasks that they want to run in an interactive manner, just as they would run a bunch of like scripts inside of a normal PowerShell console. So there's that. There's also this other like route that we want to try to service, which is actually service folks. So service engineers who have a bunch of like troubleshooting guides, right? It's very common that folks out in the world have troubleshooting guides that are exclusively in giant OneNote documents or similar, or they're in Markdown or something like that, right? And although that's great, although that's good, I wouldn't say great, it could be better. And we think that notebooks is that better thing, because one, behind the scenes is just a bunch of JSON, so it's very easy to like check into some central repository or whatever. And two, since it has the ability to execute code, that means that a troubleshooting guide is no longer copy, paste. Now it's hit start, hit start, hit start, hit start. And that we think is going to be really, really powerful for places that have a bunch of service engineers, where the dynamic is like you have one person who like writes all the PowerShell scripts because they are very knowledgeable about PowerShell, and then other people who run the scripts that they write but don't quite know so much about PowerShell. And so that person writes all the scripts or writes all the notebooks, these troubleshooting guides, hands them off to the folks who aren't as knowledgeable with PowerShell. And then those folks just have to hit play all the way down the notebook. And they'll be able to see the output and see, all right, I need to, like when I see this output, I like go maybe to this other notebook, or maybe I run this other cell in my notebook, something like that. Those are like the two scenarios that we think are going to be really useful, especially in the PowerShell space. So troubleshooting guides, right, checklist with execution along, for example. Yeah, exactly, that kind of scenario. So that, and then there's naturally some other like scenarios that we can try to serve. One is like, this is a fantastic way to learn how to use PowerShell, right? We on the PowerShell team could write a bunch of PowerShell notebooks and then put them in GitHub or somewhere else, and it would be useful for people to like go and try out PowerShell. Or the other scenario was something that I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, the other scenario was if there are enough people interested, we want to try to light up all those plotting scenarios that we saw yeah, this one. All of these, right? We could potentially figure out how to get these charts to work with PowerShell, because .NET, the .NET Interactive thing that we've shipped in, already has support for this for the other languages, and so it could be very easy for us to like hook into that. I'm not sure how difficult that's going to be, but it's something that we could potentially do. Which means that folks can do some pretty cool like data visualization with PowerShell, which is a scenario that we don't usually find ourselves in, but we're on the cusp of that because there's a bunch of like DBAs and BI folks that do use PowerShell a bunch. So anyway, that's what we have in mind for this. And as soon as Steve signs off on my blog post, I will get it out the door. All right. Hey Adil, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Sorry you came right in the middle of my big spiel that I was giving. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, I'm just looking at these. Voila. I like that. It's pretty impressive stuff, I have to say. They've done a great job. Gotta fix this though. Did the music probably stopped ages ago, didn't it? This dumb thing. Sorry about that if that was like really loud. All right. Well, it's 11:45. I sent the PR that I wanted to. So I think I'm gonna go now. This is looking quite nice. Quite nice. I think it would be really cool for to put in the PowerShell repo somewhere how you can like play around with PowerShell. Maybe somewhere in here. Not sure. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go. I want you all to mess around with this, okay? It's so easy. You click a button. You just go here, right? You go here, go to this website, and then click this button. And you're done. And you're in the club. Am I going to PSConf EU again? I don't think so. I think my coworkers are going to go instead. My coworkers Amber and Rob, possibly. I'm pretty sure that's set in stone. But you know, I will probably be there at the next one, maybe. Yeah. It's only fair that we rotate, you know. Interact on Jupyter. What is this? I know. I'm sad about it too. I really wish that I could go. Especially because I have family in the area too, but I have to be fair. But it's gonna happen. Alright. I think I'm gonna go. Because I'm getting hungry. And then I will just I will see you all next time or something. It'll be next Thursday, of course. All right. 15 viewers. That's not too shabby. We're gonna figure out who we're gonna raid here. So let me grab this. Bring this over here. Actually, who do we have here? Twitch.tv/team/live-coders.
It's hard to come up with a reason for something like that.
Instafluff.
How do you get motivation to teach yourself to program? I tried, but the beginning process is just so boring. I'm a huge procrastinator. Frog Panic, honestly, give yourself 2 days and just do tutorials all day.
And tutor service.
Das heißt, mein Skript.
What's he working on?
Müsste ich auch eigentlich. Entschuldigung.
Some server, it seems. Codephobia. Ooh,
Okay,
I like
so
that
we-
VS Code theme. It's pretty nice.
New.
Go Angular AWS
What?
final V2.1 latest piece. Oh, that's fat. That's funny. And what's InstaFluff working
Never
on?
eats.
InstaFluff Fluff is just playing Stardew.
Oh, it never eats.
That's great.
But then I need to give it water though.
Lana, I think, is working on a game.
Yes. So in the universe, if the universe,
Okay.
so the universe is determined, we have free will.
Well,
but it means nothing.
With my 16 followers or 16 viewers, I will raid this guy who has the least. And we'll do that. But before we go,
Das wird dir an den Server
there's one thing I want to check.
zurückgegeben. Wie kann ich jetzt hergehen? Ja, ja. Ich muss den umgekehrten Weg machen. Ich muss mein HTML sozusagen.
Cool.
Oh.
All right. How do I do this? I always mess this up. All right. So, raid, channel. This one. Okay, everybody. It's time to do this thing. Thank you all so much for joining. You, Warren, I'll see you later.
Schon klar.
And to all the rest of you, please give this a look. It's awesome.
Oh, der hat
Even if you don't do PowerShell, look at Jupyter Notebooks because they're really cool as a concept in general. And yeah, the .NET team has been super awesome to work with us on all of this. I've been really happy with what they've been up to.
Doch bestimmt die Möglichkeit als REST.
And wow, look at that logo. It's pretty swish, isn't it? It's pretty nice. Anyway, all right, time for me to go. You all have a fantastic rest of your day, night, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you all next time. All right, let's do the thing. Hiya.
Let's request header.
We are gonna raid in a few
Und
seconds.
so weiter. Müsste ich doch eine HTML-Datei jetzt zurückgeben können.
Raid now. Bye.
Alter, ich hab das doch damit. Doc, Alter. Hello Tala, thank you for your